Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Mylene Lim, licensed mortgage broker in BC. Yung pag-usapan po natin ngayon ay tungkol sa credit score. Paano ito nakukuha, ano yung mga advantages nito, at saka what you can do para ma-improve ang score ninyo kung sakasakaling kailangan improve ito. Ang highest score po na pwede ninyong ma-achieve is 900. And this is based on random 900 people na sinusurvey nila, and then based on your payment habits, dinidetermine nila kung sa 900 na ito, saan ka papatak in terms of your habits ninyo sa pagbayad or the kinds of loans that you have. Ang pinaka-acceptable na score is 680 and up. So kung yung score ninyo ay 680 and over, lenders will tend to give you good rates or will look at your application. Pag medyo below noon ay medyo hindi, you may have to wait until mag-improve yung score ninyo, or you may have to pay higher interest rates kung kayo ay humihiram ng pera kasi you pose a higher risk sa mga lenders. There are 5 components that will determine, yung mga factors in determining yung scores ninyo, no? I have a graph. Medyo may araw, kaya medyo nakikita ninyo may konting araw siya. Mawawala muna ako sa screen. So there is a payment history, which is 35%. Amounts that you are owing on your credit cards or loans or any other kinds of credit, it's 30%. Length of credit history is 15%. New credit is 10%. At saka types of credit is 10%. So, ang pinakamalaki po ay payment history, which is 35%. Ano ibig sabihin nito? This is basically kung on time ba kayo nagbabayad or nalilate ba kayo ng bayad, at saka kung sakasakaling nalilate kayo ng bayad, how often are you late? So yung credit po ninyo, record ninyo ay it stays on your credit bureau report for 7 years. So kahit na let's say 5 taon na kayong maganda yung credit or maganda yung habits, hindi ibig sabihin nun ay yung mga previous ones ay nababaliwala na. It will still show. However, yung impact nun hindi na kasing taas as if kung currently ay palagi pa rin kayong late, no, sa payment. So you have to make sure that you always pay on time, and at least man lang kahit yung minimum amount na babayaran ninyo. On time yon. Hindi yung katulad na ngayon ang deadline, ngayon kayo magbabayad. Kasi syempre kung magbabayad kayo ngayon, magre-reflect yan dun sa binayaran ninyo in a few days. So lalabas na yon, late na yon. So make it a point na mga a week before deadline, due date, nagbabayad na kayo. And then amounts owed is 30%. Ano ibig sabihin nito? So let's just say yung credit limit mo is 5,000. And then yung revolving balance mo is 5,000. So ibig sabihin nun parang minamax mo palagi yung card mo. Ang feeling ng mga lenders pag ito ay parang gipit ka, no? Parang palagi kang sagad. So if it's possible, try to maintain, if you have to have a revolving balance, maintain it between 50 to 70% lang of your credit limit, yung revolving balance mo. Of course, it's always best to pay it to 0 para wala kayong in-incur na interest. But if you have to, try to limit it to 50 to 70% lang of the credit limit. Next is length of credit history. Marami sa atin nag-iisip, kukuha na lang ako ng bagong card, i-close ko na lang yung dati kong card, magsa-start na lang ako ulit. So, the lenders, pag ganun kasi, hindi nila na-determine kung ano talaga yung history mo. They can only see it by seeing your previews or the last few years of your payment habits. So, the longer yung credit card mo na nandyan sa'yo, mas mataas yung tingin nila dyan kesa sa palaging bago yung card mo. So, try not to have new cards and get rid of old cards. The next is new credit. Marami po sa atin na palaging pag pumupunta tayo, let's say, Walmart or Costco or Canadian Tire, and they offer us cards, or maybe even are just lenders ngayon, they will send you, oh, get a new card, we will offer you, you're pre-approved for a card, kukuha kayo ng kukuha. Hindi yun masyadong maganda sa tingin din ng lender sa inyo. Kasi parang feeling nila, you may be overextending yourself. So maybe limit yourself to a few cards and use maybe one so you can keep track of your usage and your balances. So just try to limit it to a few. And also note down that every time your credit record is pulled, nag-aapekto rin yan sa score ninyo. So let's say, a common thing that I see ay yung mga naghahanap ng kotse. Pag pumupunta kayo sa dealership, gusto niyo mag-test test drive ng kotse, chine-check nila yung score nyo. Kung 3 yung tinitingnan ninyo, 4 na kotse, ayun, affected yung score ninyo kasi 4 na beses chine-check yung score ninyo. So you have to make sure when you go to, let's say, dealership, hindi ninyo binibigyan ng authority to check unless you are sure you want to get the car. And then the last is the type of credit. Ang lenders gusto nila makita ng variety ng credit, hindi lang credit card. Gusto nila makita na, let's say you have a student loan, paano ninyo binabayaran yung student loan ninyo. Kung may mortgage kayo, paano kayo nagbabayad ng mortgage. Kung may car loans kayo, paano niyo binabayaran yung car loan ninyo. So these are different type of credits na gusto ng lender makikita. So the more variety, mas gusto nila. So all of this comprise 100% of how your score is computed. I will talk about this more in detail in a different video, pero para sa ngayon, ito po yung the very, very short summary of how a credit score is determined. Hanggang sa susunod po, ingat po tayong lahat, keep safe, and God bless.